Hello, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Sat Shri Akal. Welcome you all to our channel, Trucar. Back in 2003, the American car manufacturer Ford came up with its first premium SUV for the Indian market named Ford Endeavour. Well, it's now 2017 and it's running pretty great and has created a pronounced hold over the Indian market. Well, down the lane it also got some fierce competition like that of the Toyota Fortuner, which was released back in 2009 and it got its recent update in 2017, at the start of 2017. Both the cars are running on its fourth facelift. Well, they don't seem to be getting any further updates in near future, and their third competitor, Pajero Sport, might be getting one pretty soon. Well, here we are to discuss about the neck-to-neck comparison between the Ford Endeavour and the Toyota Fortuner, both of them the 2017 version. It is a modern day tradition to be having the aerodynamic lines flowing throughout the body, but the designers at Ford were quite reluctant to stick to the modern day curve. In fact, they decided to stick to the basics which they have been doing all along. The Ford Endeavour looks quite masculine, quite beefy and pudgy in comparison to the Fortuner. There are no modern day bits which you can see on the Ford Endeavour. It's that masculine as its predecessor model. While the Toyota Fortuner, on the other hand, it's quite aerodynamic in comparison to its predecessor model. You can distinguish very well when both of them are standing next to each other. Well, the Ford engineers should be criticized for one good reason, which is they have not put up the LEDs in case of the headlamps. They are still running with the xenons, while the Fortuner is moving on the LEDs and the DRLs. DRLs are also there in the Ford Endeavour, but the headlight concept is of that of the projector headlamps. Well, looks are a subjective point of view and it depends on our views and the buyers which SUV they want to go for. Moving on to the interiors. Interiors again inside the Ford Endeavour, as soon as you step inside the car, there is a feel of top class, top notch, class apart, premium when you step inside the Ford Endeavour. Yes, it's the grey plasticky material flowing around all the dash, and along with that the central console screen, then the leather seats. These are all the features and the gimmicks which has been put on in the case of the Ford Endeavour. Well, in case of the Toyota Fortuner, there is still drama going inside the car as it's going on in the exteriors. There is the double stitched leather in the central console which houses the LED screen, and along with that the gear lever and the wood which is used liberally around the interior portions. Once you notice closely, there are a few bits which are not that classy and that premium which you would like to pay or see in a 30 lakh car. Therefore, when it comes to the interiors, Ford Endeavour has a higher hand in comparison to the Toyota Fortuner. Ending with some numbers. Length of the Ford Endeavour is that of the 4892 mm, followed by the width and the height of about 1860 mm and 1837 mm, and along with that a wheelbase of about 2850 mm and a massive ground clearance of about 225 mm. Let me remind you that large ground clearance will be introducing some body roll, but Ford engineers have worked on it quite intelligently and there is no such body roll found in the car. Well, length of the Toyota Fortuner is about 4795 mm, height is about 1855 mm and the width of about 1835 mm, followed by the wheelbase of about 2745 mm and the little less ground clearance of about 220 mm. All these numbers say that the Ford Endeavour is the longer car in comparison to that of the Toyota Fortuner, but to the utmost shock, the turning radius of the Ford Endeavour is 4.9 meter and that of the Toyota Fortuner is 5.8 meter. Kudos to Ford for such moves. As we all know, both these cars are 7-seater SUVs. So the extra money which one pays for the third row of the seats also count. In case of the Ford Endeavour, the space is really low and you sit high in comparison to that of the Toyota Fortuner. Your knees up, there is almost no space in case of the Ford Endeavour. But the Toyota Fortuner in terms of space is a little more generous. Therefore, there is no such argument. The third row seats are way more generous and liberal in case of the Toyota Fortuner and not the Ford Endeavour. But still, there is a modern day gimmick which the Ford Endeavour has got. The seats can be electronically folded and they can be also back into action with the help of a press of a button. Therefore, Ford Endeavour has this modern day feature which the Toyota Fortuner misses on. Now let's move on to the hood and find out what are the engine capacities which these two cars pack. Starting off with the Ford Endeavour. This car comes with two engine options. First, which is the 3.2 TDCi engine, and the second one which is the 2.2 inline 4-cylinder engine. The 3.2 engine has an advantage of a fifth cylinder. Yes, it has one more cylinder added to its fleet. And it produces numbers like 200 PS of power and along with that 470 Nm of torque. On the other hand, the 2.2 inline 4 engine produces a power of about 160 PS and a torque figure of about 385 Nm. Both the numbers are quite impressive and are way too much for carrying a car of this weight and height. And these numbers are again impressive to propel a car of this size from 0 to 100 in mere 8 to 9 seconds. Well, the Ford Endeavour in case of the 3.2 TDCi comes with only one transmission option, which is the 6-speed automatic. If you want to go for the manual option, you need to opt for the underpowered engine or the less powered engine, which is the 2.2 inline 4. Moving on to the Toyota Fortuner. Toyota Fortuner again has two engine options. One, which is the 2.8 inline 4 diesel option. Along with that, shaking hands with the ecological awareness, Toyota Fortuner comes with a petrol engine option too, which is the 2.7 inline 4 option. The Toyota Fortuner produces numbers like 175 PS of power and the 450 Nm of torque figure in terms of the diesel engine. And once we move to the petrol engine, we get to see a power of about 165 PS and a torque factor of about 245 Nm. Clearly we can see that Fortuner lacks in terms of the number to the Ford Endeavour, but the power to weight ratio of the Fortuner is lesser than that of the Ford Endeavour. Therefore, these two cars are equally powerful. No, it's not like that the Toyota Fortuner is less on numbers, so it's underpowered. No, it's not like that. But yes, certainly the higher numbers of the Ford Endeavour bring it to the light somewhere or the other. And we can say that the Ford Endeavour is the one which is a little powerful than that of the Toyota Fortuner. In terms of the refinement, the 5-cylinder clutter is a little less refined in comparison to that of the 2.2 4-cylinder engine of the Ford Endeavour and that of the 4-cylinder engine of the Toyota Fortuner also. But it is nothing like that the sound or the noise while driving creeps inside the cabin of the Ford Endeavour. Because for that, Ford has installed again a modern day gimmick, which is the active noise cancellation feature. There are 3 to 4 mics which has been put up on the roof which do the functioning of cutting down the noise inside the cabin. And along with that, the infotainment system of the Ford Endeavour is adaptive music system, which means with the increasing speed, the noises which creep in are again cut down by the music system itself by altering the voice or the noise, which is the sound which is produced from the 10-speaker system of the Ford Endeavour and that of the 6-speaker system in the Toyota Fortuner doesn't come with any of the modern day gimmick. Let's start off with some features which are available in both the cars. Rear parking sensors, power tailgates, power adjusted driver's seat, leather upholstery inside the cabin, dual zone climate controls, automatic headlamps, 7 airbags, ABS with EBD, traction control, stability control, cruise control, hill ascent and descent control, and along with that the rear view camera. Now let's move on to the features which are only available in the Toyota Fortuner and not in the Ford Endeavour. They are the satellite navigation system, keyless entry and go, push to go button inside the cabin, paddle shifters in case of the automatic transmission, telescopic steering adjustment. It's a shame on Ford's end that they have not provided a satellite navigation system along with the infotainment system, which is way outdated and has an upper hand in comparison to the infotainment system of the Toyota Fortuner. But there are loads of features which are available in case of the Ford Endeavour and the Toyota Fortuner misses on. They are the separate rear AC temperature controls, front parking sensors and auto parking assist, emergency assist, active noise cancellation, automatic wipers, headlamp washers, electrochromatic rear view mirror, the panoramic sunroof which is present in the top of the line trim of the Ford Endeavour, and along with that the last row of the seats can be folded and unfolded electronically. Well, we all know that both these cars come with proper 4WD systems. Therefore, we also got to pay some light on these systems too. The Ford Endeavour has taken some inspiration from the Range Rovers and they have installed the all-terrain system inside their cars. Yes, now you can choose between the snow, sand, rock and gravel according to the road conditions. What does this all-terrain system do? It electronically curbs the throttle response, the traction control, the ABS, the hill ascent and descent control. Therefore, it lets the car do all the work and you just gotta sit back and control the speed with the help of the cruise control in the worst of the situations. And there is one more feature which is available in the case of the Ford Endeavour only. There are the differential locks which is available in case of the Ford Endeavour. Moving on to the 4x4 system of the Toyota Fortuner, which is a Sigma 4 system newly introduced by Toyota. This system doesn't come with any of the select options. It is an automatic 4x4 system which automatically recognizes the road condition and lets the driver take its next move. Well, there is one advantage which the Toyota Fortuner has when it comes to extreme off-roading. The Toyota Fortuner comes with a manual gearbox option in case of the 2.8 inline-4 engine. Well, on the other hand, the Ford Endeavour, which is of that of the 3.2 TDCi engine, the top-end model, it does not come with any manual gearbox option. Therefore, if it's extreme off-roading, then the Toyota Fortuner wins the game. As we all know, there are so many features on boards in terms of both the cars, so there's a cost which one needs to pay. In case of the Ford Endeavour, the cost starts from the 28,64,000 bracket to the top end variant, which is priced at 35,30,000 price bracket. And the Toyota Fortuner starts with a price range of 29,11,000, which is the petrol version, and ends with a price range of about 35,60,000. Both the cars' prices are New Delhi on-road prices. Well, mileage of these two cars, in terms of the Ford Endeavour fetches a mileage of about some 10 to 11 km per litre, and along with that the Toyota Fortuner comes with a mileage of about 12 to 13 km per litre. As we all know, the Toyota Fortuner is the one which is underpowered in comparison to the Ford Endeavour. Therefore, it excels in case of the mileage. Well, now the time has come that we note down all the pros and cons of both the cars and give you people a decision that which car is better between these two. Well, without much ado, we would like to say that Ford Endeavour is the clear winner in this comparison. Well, in terms of the exterior looks, according to us, it's the better looking car. In terms of the interiors, it's the car which feels way more plush in comparison to the Toyota Fortuner, and it's not all that cluttered. In terms of the engine powertrain, it is the car which comes with the option of better engines and the more powerful in these two. When it comes to off-road capabilities, it is the car which comes with the modern day all-terrain system. Well, yeah, it lags on the manual gear shift, but okay, it comes with the all-terrain system, which again counts as a positive. In terms of the safety, the Ford Endeavour is the car which comes with the driver side knee airbags and not the Toyota Fortuner. In terms of the ride quality, it's the Ford Endeavour again which wins the battle. It just smothers over all the bumps and the potholes which are found commonly on the Indian roads. When it comes to the features, it's again the Ford Endeavour which beats the Toyota Fortuner hands down. I think so. We have already mentioned so many features of the Ford Endeavour, which will be way more than enough to coax and convince that Ford Endeavour is the clear winner. Well, now, if someone who does not want to go for the 3.2 TDCI engine option of the Ford Endeavour, there is another option for them, which is the 2.2 inline 4 option. That car is almost 3 lakhs cheaper in comparison to its elder sibling. Well, it misses out on some features of the 3.2 TDCI car, which are the panoramic sunroof, the semi-auto park assist, and along with that, the driver knee side airbags. So, do make your choice wisely. For more videos, please stay tuned to our channel. Like the video if you really liked it. Please share in your comments, share the video, press that notification bell to be updated. Thank you.